Hey, how you doing today?
It's been like we've been doing press for Roller Jam since Sunday. So I was up last night until like 12:30 and woke up at 4:30 this morning to do a full day of satellite tour. And you are my last interview of the whole thing. So I'm tired, is how I am. How are you?
I'm good. I hope you get some rest after this and can not to talk and deal with reporters for a while. But
No,
thanks
no.
for talking to me. How did this project come up for you?
Well, Roller Jam is something that came across my desk. And
Yeah,
as an entertainer, I love exploring worlds that we may not know a whole lot about. And
yeah.
first of all, go Atlanta. Atlanta had two really strong teams in our
Oh,
contest.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I love shedding light on artists and people, young people that are trying to succeed and really are doing a sport or a physical because so many people get stuck face down on their phone needing a neck lift at 30, you know? And for me, Roller Jam, it was just an instant yes. Because it was something new. It's a way to appreciate and celebrate roller skating in a way that's never been done before. They compete for $150,000 for the winners, and $10,000 go from as a donation to their local rink. So it was just all the artistic goodness that I wanted. It was all the vibes. It was all the inclusivity. It was all the celebration that I could possibly want in a TV show. And it literally took me 5 minutes to say yes.
That's great. So, I was trying to think. There really haven't been any roller skating shows or competitions before. Why do you think that is?
I think that everyone believes they know everything there is to know about roller skating. Everyone has skated or went to a roller party at some point, but nobody's really taken the time to dive into this world and see what it's all about. And Chip and Joanna Gaines are executive producers on the show, and Joanna roller skated growing up, and it was her brainchild. It was her idea to bring us all together and to really celebrate it. And I know the roller skating community is very excited. I'm just so thrilled for America to actually see what they're capable of doing. The flips, the dancing, the spins, the throws, the jumps, the lifts, all of it is tremendous, and it's roller skating like you've never seen it before.
That's great. Can you talk briefly about working with Jordan and Terrell and all the others on the show?
Yeah, Jordin Sparks is a dear gem. She is so kind. She was really the liaison between the judging panel and the athletes. And she did such a good job. She's always wanted to host, and having her here, you could definitely feel that hunger for excellence. And she had her stride immediately and did such a good job. So supportive, so musical, so fun and bubbly for every single episode. Sharing the panel with Terrell Ferguson, who is an OG roller skating legend in his own right, was funny because he very much became the Simon Cowell of our panel. I was a lot more woo woo. I was like Mama Bear, he was Papa Bear. And then as we skate through the season, every week is a different era of music. So the performers had to bring on a different costuming, different style of roller skating, different style of dance, different music selection, of course. And for every new era, we had a celebrity guest judge that made sense for that era. So Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child, for example, for the 2000s. And everyone was just so excited to be there. And even though they didn't exactly know what they were stepping into, they immediately got it. The cream always rises to the top. So the teams that were able to deliver the best performances with the fewest mistakes and entertain us ultimately did the best in the contest. And Terrell and I, despite being kind of cousins in the gliding world, figure skating
Mhm.
versus roller skating, we stayed pretty close in the way we judge things, but the guest judges would really flip everything on its head when they put their scores in. So it was very much the person sitting at home perspective that the guest judges brought, and ultimately a lot of teams benefited from that.
I hope this isn't a spoiler alert, but I did read this on IMDb that Maureen McCormick is one of the celebrity judges.
Yes, Maureen McCormick, she came to judge. Peppa from Salt and Peppa. I mean, it was big names. It was big names that came to judge with us.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Um, Speaking of the costuming, you're known for being such a fashion icon. Can you sort of talk about your fashion, in the show?
Oh, well, wait until the 80s. I did some blush that I don't think have washed completely off my face. But I love playing with character. I love dressing up. It's part of my thing as an entertainer. I love that people clicking through on the channels will stop and be like, what is stapled to his head? So we definitely had a good time with the clothes, and especially going from era to era. It was a lot of fun to play with all of that. My hair was pretty epic. I did a very Brigitte Bardot for for I think it was, yeah, 60s episode. It's so much fun. I mean, only a quarter of this is mine. The rest is teddy bear fluff. But I love giving people the full picture. And whether you're laughing with me or at me, I don't care as long as you're feeling something when you watch anything that I'm a part of. And
Exactly.
the clothes are always like another character to me sitting there. And sometimes it's a suit of armor. If you're in a difficult situation, difficult spot, you've got to send one of the crews home, which is really sad. My clothes were there as kind of my armor, my barrier between emotion and what was really going on in life.
Gotcha. So when do we find out about if there's a second season or not?
Well, I hope very soon. I know there's been a tremendous response already. We started streaming on Max yesterday. It's
Mm,
coming out on Magnolia at 8, 7 Central on the 12th. So cable network and cable viewers will have a chance to see it. And you'll get a new episode every week, every Thursday on Max, every Saturday on Magnolia.
that's
And I just I know that everyone's going to be able to relate to this show.
mhm.
And as far as competition series go, they can be very, very tense. There's so much at stake. It's a lot of harsh environments, but these skaters, they were so loving toward one another. It
Yeah.
definitely is that feel good, warm fuzzies, cashmere blanket kind of show. And no matter who goes home, they're just surrounded and cloaked in absolute love and support from the judging panel, from Jordin
Good.
and their fellow skaters. So hopefully season 2 will be right around the corner. Who knows?
Okay. Johnny, what are some other reality competition series that you enjoy?
Well, I performed on Dancing with the Stars, and it's still a bitter pill that I didn't win the whole thing. But Dancing with the Stars, I support the people that I came to know and love on that show, the pro dancers especially. I love Dancing with the Stars, but really, I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm a busy person. I'm constantly jumping from job to job. We're about to start the figure skating season on NBC, so I'll be commentating the events every single weekend until March. I have my
That's
own skating academy now that I work at every single day, trying to build future Olympians out of my skaters. And I don't have a whole lot of time for TV, but Britt Stewart was my partner on Dancing with the Stars, so I definitely tune into her.
that's great. So what is can you talk to me about the queer appeal of this show?
This show is completely inclusive.
Hmm.
Uh, there are people from all walks of life, all colors, creeds, sexualities. Everyone is represented. Um, Age is something there was a very impressive distance between youngest and oldest on our show. And just even in our judging panel, diversity. This whole show celebrates the fabric of humanity and everybody that's a part of it. And I think that reaching our community
Yeah.
is something that's a no-brainer for this show. Not only do you have roller skating, which has long been a part of our history, dance, which is a long part of our history, music, sparkles, emotion, all that stuff is in this show, plus like a full celebration of humanity. And there's somebody to cheer for everyone in Roller Jam.
That's great. Final question. At a time in our country where we're dealing with a lot of unfortunate anti-gay legislature and anti-drag and anti-trans sentiment, why is it so important to have this diversity and inclusivity at the forefront?
I've always felt that the greatest statement anyone can make is to be present and to be heard. And no matter what the are, you have to show the world who you are.
Hmm.
And for me, being gay is something that I was born with, the same as I was born white. And to me, I don't put a lot of personal importance on my sexuality, but I also grew up in a cocoon of support and having a wonderful family that backed me no matter what. And I understand, especially as I've gotten older, how important it is to have a public voice and to be a strong figure for people to look up to and to fight. And I think that having a show like Roller Jam that celebrates all of humanity is so important, and it just reminds people that we're here and we matter and that we are just as deserving of a life that we choose as anybody else. And I urge everybody that's watching this or hearing it to vote and vote for the change that you want, vote for what you want to see, vote for representation, do all that good stuff. And do it all by being yourself and waving your flag personally so that you may one day help others.
Great. Congratulations on the show. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for the time to talk to me and get some rest now.
Yeah, I'm gonna wipe all this off and take my teddy bear off. But thank you very much for your time. I do
Thank you. I
appreciate it.
appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
Morgan. I appreciate it.
Yeah.